How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video. I forgot my other sunglasses, so you're gonna get Boomer Drew today. Anyways, today we are back at my boy Hermit's shop and we are gonna be working on the Supra, and I have a lot of good news for you guys, a lot of good news. I know last time we kind of had a letdown with the other harness. A lot of you guys were saying, Drew, why are you splicing wires in a car that already had a fire? Like, what are you doing? And I agree with you guys. So I went out and I did the only logical thing. Let me show you guys. I went out and bought all new harnesses. So we have a new engine bay harness and two new interior harnesses, and these are all unmolested. I went ahead and checked them all out, made sure they were all solid, and then on top of that, we have a new rack and pinion. So the one that is in the car right now that is cooked will just simply be dropped out. I don't have to worry about sending it to get rebuilt. We will be good to go from there. So hopefully by the end of the day today, we have at least the chassis bay engine harness in, and then one or two of the interior harnesses. I have to pull the Supra in. Sadly, it does not run, as you guys can tell. And yeah, I'll start removing all of this stuff. And yeah, we will have a fully new wired car. This is a perfect case of like, just buy once, cry once, you know? I've bought, as of now, 3 chassis bay harnesses, 3 dash harnesses. One of them wasn't supposed to be a dash harness, but 3 dash harnesses, and 2 rear harnesses. One of them was for the wrong side, and then this one is actually for the proper side. So just make sure before you buy anything, you verify it's what you need. Some of it wasn't my fault, some of it was kind of my fault, but just make sure. Now, I got these through my boy at Black Magic Motorsports. Now, even when things didn't go nearly as planned, he was quick to fix the problem. So he got me in touch with this guy who had all of the proper stuff. I'll link them both down below. Actually, I'm gonna keep the second one secret because if I need more parts, I'm not gonna tell you guys because I'm gonna save them for myself. I don't want any scalpers coming for me. Anyways, I'm gonna push this in though, and we will get to work on wiring it. So the first one I think I'm gonna do is the engine bay harness. It just kind of makes sense to me. Because, well, it's all right here. So let me kind of lay it out and see exactly where things are going to start ending up. See, so this is what a chassis harness is supposed to look like. I don't know if I have a photo of my other one. I'll input something here, but as you can see, this looks like somebody carefully took it out of a car. I mean, we got a couple frayed wires here. I'll see what that's for, but for the most part, this looks really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start routing it. I'm trying to think, I think these are for ABS, which I don't use anyways. I'm 99% sure that's ABS because that module used to sit right here. So it doesn't even matter anyways. But let me start routing this and we'll see how it looks. Well, won't you look at that? Already looks like a Supra again. Amazing. All right, so most of it's in. This seems like the general routing. So these two go to the engine harness. I believe these two are ABS. This loops down under here, goes into the firewall. And then this will go down to fog lights and headlights. And then over here, all this clips in real nice and pretty. And this is probably for the fan, I don't know. Going this way, headlights, fog lights again. Maybe more of these are for the fog lights too, I'm not sure. And then this goes to the alternator, and this will loop back in, go that way, and it's supposed to feed into the firewall right here, which you guys can't really see because my old one is still in there. So yeah, that's pretty much routed. Obviously it's ugly, it's just laid in there, but when everything's done correctly, it'll look good. All right, now we have the lower dash harness and the upper dash harness with the Kickwell fuse box. All of this is good. I don't think there's anything here cut. Oh, I think ignition right here might be cut, but that's not a big deal. And then besides that, we even have the OEM spoiler and I forgot what the other one was. There's two modules here that I won't be needing, so I'll remove those. But this is the part that I spliced on the other one, essentially this exact piece. As you can see, not spliced. So this will just simply plug in as it should and be all OEM stuff. So let me quickly remove my stuff that I just put in, and we'll even lay them side by side and I'll show you guys the difference. All right, so here's the two side by side. So the one with the orange is my old one, as you can see from all of the splicing right there. And this is the new one. So what we didn't get from the last seller is essentially everything that connects up until this plug, which you can see this one does have. So we don't have to splice anything. This one looks good. It looks like we might be missing this plug, which is probably the seatbelt one, so we can just repin it over here. It looks like the pins are even still there, so we're good there. And then everything looks good up here. We can compare that with this one. You can see everything is in fact still there. And then this will loop around, go connect to some module shit off of this bracket, which actually, oh, because mine doesn't have this stuff, because this is like the aftermarket spoiler and shit that mine doesn't have, or the active arrow, I should say. That's all this stuff that I actually don't need. So don't need any of that, but that's fine. We'll still use it, or at least have the wires in the car. And then we have a new fuse block over here, and none of this was obviously in a fire, so it's probably better than what I have. So the only thing that we're missing, and I'll compare which actual connector it is over here, and we could splice it in, is the one for the ignition. He told me that's the only thing that's missing. It looks like it's 4 or 5 wires, maybe 6. So shouldn't be a big deal. It's a lot better than splicing together, you know. Where's that rat nest? There it is, 20 of them. It's a lot better than that. So there's not really a good angle for me to have you guys. I'll try to think of something, but I'm gonna try to just get this laid in there, and I guess we'll just go from there. But yeah, there's not really a way I can, nowhere really to set the camera. So, I mean, maybe on the hood, I could lower the hood, I guess. We could do that. Fuck it, I'm sure you guys wanna stare at me. All right, so I haven't started routing the wires yet because I soldered on 2 connectors. So I soldered on this one right here, which is for my seat and seat belt. This way, it's just a lot cleaner than the one that was on here, which is this one, which looks way more janky. This still has the sheathing, just stripped it back, soldered that one on, and then we also soldered on one more. I forgot exactly where it was, but essentially just another minor one. Now I am tapping into the ignition using the plug from the one we're not using, and we're just tapping and crimping it all in. I trust crimps more on larger connections. I don't know why. I just don't think some solders do a good job of penetrating, so crimp is pretty much foolproof. So that's what I'm going with. I know a few people probably aren't gonna like that I'm using crimps. It's only for these 5 wires. And like I said, it's not necessarily a permanent thing. I just need to make sure that this stuff works, and I've had great success with crimps. That's not what caused the fire before, so don't even think about it. But yeah, this should be good to go. But we were trying, and we did try on that harness to unloom it and get the plug just completely out, but it tapes off or whatever, splits off into the whole rest of the harness. So we can't really do that without undoing both harnesses, and we don't want to undo this pretty one. So yeah, we're just gonna finish tapping into it, and then I can lay it in the car. All right, when all said and done, it don't look half bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure nothing else is like tangled. Gonna just make sure everything's in its right spot, and I'm gonna start laying this in the car. All right, good news. We got that all routed. Goes right to that fuse block. That's all new. And then you can actually see, if I zoom in, the engine harness or engine bay harness is plugged in. Now it's routed up here. I have to remove the old harness, which is this shit right here. Let's see if this tool will do it nice and nifty. Come on. I don't want to break anything more than it's already broken. Come on. Oh, there we go. So got to remove it a little bit, or remove the rest of this charred harness, route the rest of it, and yeah, hopefully we have this all squared away today. All right, it's the next day. We got the Supra up on the lift. We're gonna install the steering rack right now. What is it, rack and pinion, whatever they call it. The steering part, the part that makes me go turn. We're gonna install that. We just popped off the outer tie rods. I didn't think we were gonna be able to do it because I don't have the wheel lock, so we did it with the wheels on the car. We were able to do it, so now all we have to do is actually just drop out the whole thing and then install this one. The car was kind of a cunt. You can imagine working in here with the wheels on was kind of annoying, but we had a big old Mr. Pry bar that doesn't take no for an answer, and we got both off. Now we got to just remove the lower control arms, let them dangle, and the upper control arms as well. And then I think we're pretty much good to go, and this thing just will drop out. I do think we have to swap these over. I don't know what they're for, but that one doesn't have it. So we'll just drop this down, put in the new one, call it a day. We'll definitely need alignment after this though. Damn. All right, all we have left are the bolts holding it actually in. There's two, maybe 3, 4, 5. There's 5 bolts, 2 in the aluminum part and 3 in the rear, and this whole thing should drop out. So I don't know how heavy it's gonna be. I mean, I guess we have a pretty good idea. It's actually not that bad. Like, this is, you know, I carried it by myself. It's actually not too heavy. So we just got to drop it out, and hopefully it doesn't land on our toes. And then we will put in the new one, and I think we'll be done for the day. And that's a big achievement right here. And you can just tell. Look at this. Watch. No play. Like, I'm pulling on it, no clicking, no nothing, right? And then this side, same thing. No play. Feels good. Check this shit out over here. You're gonna laugh right here. Yeah, it's not supposed to be like that. This side, it even has play. I don't know if you can hear it. There's like so many fans going, but you could feel it. So this will answer my question of if it was my wheel bearings or my end links. I'm pretty sure it's my end links just based on that. But yeah, this one is way more rock solid. So get it in, make sure it is as straight as possible, which looks like maybe right there, and just get the car put back together. I think, yeah, it's this side. Oh. There we go. That shit would have killed someone, yeah.
I would have been good content.
Oh, God. All right. I don't know how the fuck we're going to get the other one in. So here's the old one. We were actually missing this piece right here, which connects the two. This one, oh, you're good. This one has both. So we have all new lines. Everything looks good. Looks a lot better than this one. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to take off the rest of the suspension in order to get it in, or if we're just going to try to wiggle it in. We'll probably try wiggling first just because we're lazy. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so we got it in, torqued it up. I'm gonna brush it off really quick because there's some like desert dirt on it. But yeah, no, I thought I cleaned up my other one pretty well, but I guess I really didn't. So this, and also just look at that. There is no play in that bitch. Literally no play. This is a lot better. I actually have new boots for one of them, so, or two. I might have 2 new boots, so I'll put some new boots on. And yeah, no, she's good to go. She's good to go. We got to put back on, where are the wheels? Got to put back on the wheels. So did all that just to give us some room and make it a lot easier. But yeah, no, this is one of the bigger pieces I needed. Now it's installed. So I'll show you guys the finished result. All right, we got one side done. Actually wasn't too bad. We're using this trans jack and kind of just lifting it up. But now, I mean, I didn't even tighten everything. Like, it's just hand tight, and there's literally no play. I don't want to shake it too much because we've already had a couple scares with it on this lift because the weight is so off. We got a pole jack back there, but yeah, no, now this shit is solid. There's no play. Just got to torque everything down once we get it all in, and I'm already excited to go drive it just based on the fact that it's going to drive way better. Now we won't have this nasty loose play. Obviously, the fire made it worse, but the fire wasn't really on this side, and you can still, if you look at the boot, I don't know, a few millimeters of play right there, maybe 2. So big improvements. This is trash now, and yeah, no, this is gonna be real sweet once it's all back together. All right, and just like that, we are done. The hardest part, honestly, was getting this little bitch in. I mean, I'm sure if we did it as we slid it in, it would have been easier, but we wanted to make sure the wheels were straight, and we just didn't want to juggle a bunch of stuff, so got everything in. It's not like torqued or anything because we are not keeping the OEM shocks. These are just up until we get like the motor in and everything, just to keep moving around the car. But yeah, no, everything's in. Steering feels really tight. Like I said, I mean, there is literally no play in the wheel, like no clicking, no nothing, just potentially it falling off of the lift. Same with this side. Yeah, it ain't moving. So big piece down. I gotta finish routing the harnesses and stuff, but I gotta get it on the floor to that. I'll probably do that tomorrow. It's already getting kind of late, so yeah, I think we're done for the day. So we got the old harnesses out. We spliced in the 2 or 3 plugs we needed. We dropped out the old rack and pinion, put in the new rack and pinion, started routing all of the other harnesses. Honestly, we are very close to keying on the car and actually having like power. Now, obviously the lights aren't in or anything like that, but theoretically rolling up and down the windows, if I had a stereo, it would work, stuff like that. So we're not too far off, and we have been talking about our options for the interior. Now, I want to hear a couple of your guys' opinions. This is very important. Option 1, we keep it tin can, but keep it like show car clean tin can. So we'll use this 350Z as an example. So essentially rip out the floor, deadening and stuff like that, and paint it and keep it looking really clean. This obviously isn't painted, but you know, make it look really clean, and then do like the aluminum floor with the holes and the countersunk and all that stuff, or the dimples. You guys know what I mean. I'll throw in some photos. So that's like option number 1. That's like super race car, sounds cool on paper, don't know how it's gonna be driving that thing on the street or to events or anything like that. So it might kind of take away from the car. Now, option B is one that Revo from Stitchcraft Interiors, the shop that I'm partnering with, he gave me this idea where apparently there's this material that boats use on their floors, and you can get all these custom designs and stuff, and we can potentially get like a it's not, I don't want to say carpet, but a floor that is sound deadening somewhat, very durable and lightweight, and we can even put a design in it. So like, let's say I keep the confetti centerpieces on the Recaros, we can have like low-key confetti all over the floor, and then do that along with the aluminum floorboards with the dimpling and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, because ripping out all of the sound deadening and then putting and painting over it just kind of sounds like a bit of a headache in like the long term. I mean, like literally it would get dirty after every single just driving session. So I'm not like a super big fan of that idea. It would be really cool, really race car, but it wouldn't be too different. I'm kind of leaning towards the second one. I'll try to get some example images right here. I don't know if Revo will have sent them to me by then, but we were talking about it a little bit yesterday, and he said it might be cool because no one's done it, but we just got to make sure that it's rated for everything that we're going to be doing with the car. Like, we don't want another fire incident. Now, numero dos. And I already kind of think I know which way I'm going with this just based on talking with my tuner and some other people. Turbo sizes. Do we want a turbo that's a little bit smaller, that's going to spool up really quick and just be gnarly on the track? Or do we want to go with a big honker and spool it up with nitrous and make it just extra insane? I'm kind of leaning towards option B. We'll have some crazy straight line speed, but then also have the nitrous, and just, it'd be pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. Big boy turbo, little efficient turbo, let me know. Either way, it's gonna make probably still around 900 horsepower with either of the turbos. If we go with a big boy, might have a kill map thrown in there, maybe make a good 1100 or so, but we'll have to see. The car's gonna be dialed in for the track, not for the street. So I don't know if it's really necessary to have something where I can send a piston up into Mars. Anyways, very successful 2 days. Big shout out to Black Magic Motorsports. Got the harnesses all squared away, got the subframe all squared away, got the rack and pinion all squared away. Big pieces right there. Got a lot more parts coming. Can't wait to show you guys as they arrive. And we are just going every day on this thing. Let me know what you guys think down below, answer my questions, and until next video, peace. Buy some merch, please help me, I'm going poor. Supra bills are expensive.